Welcome back, adventurers, once again to Let's Play Steins. In the last episode, we chased after Suzuha as she attempted to leave Akihabara once again, and discovered that not only does the satellite in question at the radio building belong to her, but she is in fact the time traveler posting under the pseudonym John Tita, or Tita, on the forum site @channel. So basically Suzuha is the one that referred to Rintaro Okabe as the Messiah, indicating his unique ability to retain memory of changes to different world lines in the form of reading Steiner. Now, Suzuha was basically sent back in time, possibly by her father, who is known, oddly enough, as Barrel Titer, for some reason, but we don't really know quite the significance of that particular name yet. But it's safe to assume that Suzuha's father was the one who reverse-engineered the time machine from CERN's monopolized technology. Now, Suzuha also in the last episode explained that there is only really one way to save Mayuri from the fate that awaits her in just 2 or so hours, which is to be able to jump from attractive field Alpha, which is the world line that we're currently on, to Alpha attractive field Beta, and not only jump to a series of world lines in which Mayuri does not meet a horrifically tragic end, but also CERN's dystopian rule never comes to fruition. But can we achieve such a change and divergence? And Kurisu is giving her condolences to Suzuha, although Suzuha is still somewhat bitter. She doesn't look at Kurisu. She still seems to have a grudge against her, even though it was revealed that Kurisu's legacy with CERN is completely posthumous and, well, fabricated, to say the least. But Kurisu would never have actively cooperated with CERN. We know that much, but I don't think Suzuha would believe us. For some reason, Suzuha really does see Kurisu as responsible for the problems of the future. But if that's the case, why didn't Suzuha just kill her right now? Wouldn't that have changed the future as well? Or maybe it's impossible. Maybe the attractive fields prevent her from doing that. World lines converge. No matter how hard I struggle, Mayuri dies. Similarly, it may be impossible for Suzuha to kill Kurisu, no matter how much she may want to. That's entirely within the realm of theoretical there, and hypothesis, but we don't really want to test that particular theory. Suzuha clears her throat as if to change the subject.
2010年の秋葉原、ここでタイムマシンが作られたことで、セルンのタイムマシン開発が加速した。
And that explains the appearance of Morika and the rest of the Rounders in Akihabara.
それを阻止する方向に歴史を導くことが必要なんだよ。
Indeed we do, but how do we achieve that and save Mayuri at the same time?
セルンは俺たちの存在に気づいている。
Indeed they do, which is a rather big handicap. That's definitely clear from Morika's attack.
原因は君たちが一番最初にタイムマシンを使った時のメールデータだと思う。父さんはそう予測してた。
The very first email?
メールデータ？ハッキングがバレたのではなく？
だから僕のハッキングはバレてないって言ってんだろ。
But if that's true, then, and yet, for some reason, CERN still knows about our, still knows about us. That's, definitely strikes me as odd.
あれじゃないかな。クリスちゃんが死んじゃったっていうオカリンのメール。
Indeed, the one that, where Kurisu was supposedly murdered in the Radaikan building. The email we sent to Daru right after Dr. Nakabashi's conference.
ああ、あれね。
Back then, we hadn't yet realized that the phone wave TBA was a time machine.
その時空を超えたメールもきっと捉えられてる。
But wait, that's how can that be? I mean that the email concerning Kurisu basically said that she was stabbed, but that we didn't know who had killed her, or who had stabbed her rather, because Rintaro said he didn't want to make Daru worry too much, even though there was already plenty to worry about. But if we actually think back to the events of that particular day, the moment that Rintaro sent that email, not even though it makes sense as to what I'm about when you see the point that I'm trying to get to, which is basically at the same time that Rintaro sent that email to Daru, Daru had the phone wave on, active as it were, and something happened, a phenomenon very similar to the transitions between world lines whenever we change the past with a D-mail. So, does that mean that we're on a different world line? I wonder. But unfortunately, thanks to that first email, D-mail, whatever, CERN was able to intercept it somehow, and I don't think they're capable of measuring the sort of world line changes, because otherwise we would already be caught between a rock and hard place, even more than we already are at this point. But it would seem that actually, come to think of it, the first time I met Moeka was the day after I sent that email. Well, to be also, she was there to see the satellite and find the IBN 5100. It looks like we really are in a shark tank of sorts, Daru.
マユシンはね、平泳ぎが得意だよ。
Unfortunately, I don't think that swimming is going to help us at this point.
水中 M 字開脚、水中 M 字開脚。
I'm not even going to say anything at this point.
一体どうやっ
And
て補足を
ignored.
メールなんて世界中で1日に何億という数が送られているんだぞ。
Unless CERN has some kind of program, but even then, there's no way to know. Rintaro never mentioned anything about time machines or anything like that.
セルンはエシュロンのネットワークを利用して世界規模でタイムマシンについての情報を収集してるの。
But as I was just saying, that's fundamentally impossible. Anyway, here is the definition of what echelon is. According to conspiracy theorists, it's an advanced interception program. However, American authorities have never publicly admitted to Echelon's existence, and no proof of its existence has ever been found. Huh. Of course, it's filed under Chinibiu, so there's not much reason to take it too lightly, after all.
エシュロンだと本当に実在していた
But apparently, having said that, Echelon actually does exist in this particular world line. As an expert of conspiracies, I understand the implications, and they terrify me. No one else seems to get what Suzuha is saying, though.
セルンはさ、自分たち以外のタイムトラベル研究についてエシュロンで常にアンテナを張って監視してるんだよ。
But that also doesn't make sense, because the message that we sent said that Kurisu was dead, but she was clearly alive and well. Unless. There's one thing that I completely forgot about until just this moment. The timestamp. The timestamp on that email was a week before we sent it. We sent it on July 31st. No, we sent it on, was it the 28th? It was sent on the 28th of, yeah, the 28th of July, because it's been so long ago now, since it's August, but, it was received on July 21st, a week before the 28th. So that's how they did it. For an example, an email that appeared to have come from the future.
だから捉えられた最初のメールデータをセルンのコンピューターから消去しなきゃ。
So if what Suzuha is saying is correct, if we oh, of course. That might be what the proprietary code is hiding. The echelon information. No wonder Morika and her SERN allies were, well, compatriots really, not really allies, since I think she's only really a hired agent herself, but, no wonder SERN wants the IBN 5100s. That sort of information would actually be crucial. Not to mention kind of proof as to time travel. So if we had an IBN 5100, we could hack into that database and get rid of it, and that would effectively help us.
そうすれば
Although we don't know
セルン
how
は君
yet.
たちには気づかない。タイムマシンが2034年に完成することもなくなる。それどころかタイムマシンの研究そのものが頓挫するかも。
And as if she knew exactly what I was thinking, Suzuha gave us the explanation we needed. If we delete that D-mail, then CERN would never have picked up on it. The world line would change, and hopefully CERN would go back to being a benign research institution. In other words, deleting that data will take us to the attractor field where CERN doesn't build a time machine.
でもセルンのデータベースはハックしたけど、それっぽいデータはなかったような。
Not on their main server, no, but I suppose it must be guarded by the proprietary code.
IBN 5100。
I knew it. Right on the money.
そうか IBN5100 で構築されていたあのデータベースか
It's the Echelon database, and unfortunately we no longer have an IBN 5100. And something tells me that we're going to have to jump through hell and beyond, through all 9 circles of hell before we can finally get it back, or get another one.
きっとエシュロンから集めたデータが蓄積されてる。
So now we have a plan of attack, so to speak. And yet we're stuck.
なぜもっと早く IBN5100 を使わなかったのだ。
いや、使わなかったのだとか言われても、そもそも持ってないし。
Moeka took it with her D-mail. I still never trusted her.
俺が手に入れてきたではないか。
はい。
Unfortunately, the memories of everyone in this world line have been altered, thanks to that fact. That was on a different world line, before Moeka intervened with her D-mail. And this one, we never found the IBN.
私の役割はさ、君たちに IBN5100 を託すことなんだよ。
Unfortunately, since we got one by mere fluke, thanks of course with the aid of Suzuha herself, finding one a second time is going to be easier said than done.
持っているのか。
No, I didn't think so. If she had an IBN, she wouldn't have asked us to find one.
1975年に行って手に入れる。
But if she goes back in time to its date of manufacture, then she is almost certainly guaranteed to get one. Although they are quite expensive, even back in the day. I mean, even now they're worth at least 20,000, if not twice that much. 1975, the year the IBN 5100 went to market. I know that because John Titor in 2000 said that was his mission. Was that John Titor Suzuha too? Maybe in a different world line, Rintaro. In the one that I'm in? No, definitely not. But anyway, if Suzuha can get an IBN 5100, then we can leave this attractor field and jump to a beta world line, where SERN never finds us and their time machine is never completed. And Mayuri will not die over and over and over again.
よし。ならば全は急げだ。鈴葉には今すぐにでも1975年に飛んでもらおう。
Yeah, about that. Her time machine, which is the satellite embedded in the radio building, is broken. Otherwise she would have disappeared. In fact, come to think of it, before we sent a D-mail telling ourselves to pursue Suzuha, we got an email from both Daru and Mayuri saying that the satellite had up and vanished, which should have been a flag of two. But anyway, it's broken, which means we need to fix it if we want this plan to succeed. Suzuha bows her head apologetically. I look at her burnt hand. She's hiding it from Mayuri and Daru, but I can see the blood staining my handkerchief. It hurts to look at. Maybe we should get her to a doctor.
タイムマシンは壊れているんだったな。
Which is another thorn in our side.
直せないの？無理。私は父さんが作ったものに乗ってきただけだから。仕組みそのものはマニュアルを完璧に暗記してるけど。
So she knows how to use it in terms of operation. Repairing it, however, is going to take a miracle of sorts. And there's no guarantee that a time machine from 2036 can be repaired with today's technology.
タイムリープマシンで遡るのは？天音さんのタイムマシンが壊れる前へ。
No. It was in the building.
っていうか、タイムリープマシン使う気なん？実験しないってことでファイナルアンサーじゃなかった？
Guess I suppose it's time to come clean, Daru. Not only have we used the time leap machine, we've used it about, I don't know, 3 dozen times, trying to save Mayuri from impending death. Of course, we still need to tell him about that.
場合によっては使う。 それで鈴葉よ、いつ壊れたかわかるか？
きっとこの前の深夜に降った雨だよ。マシンの中水浸しになってたから密閉されてるはずなのに。
Oh, that's
あんだけ
right.
派手にビルに激突してんだし、その時に穴でも開いたんじゃね？
Oh, that's right. The exterior the exterior is still exposed to the elements, and also, now that I think about it, the reason that she stayed behind was because we intercepted her. But well, we have two options actually at this point. We can actually try and repair it now as it is, in spite of the rain, or we could actually use the time leap machine to go back and let Suzuha go. Of course, that will mean that we won't have consoled her, because that would have taken place before that happened. But she'd still get back. In fact, yeah, the reason that she disappeared back then was to go back to 1975, if everything's coming together right.
あれは激突したんじゃないよ。座標計算にわずかな誤差があったせいであそこに出現しちゃっただけ。
Which explains why it appeared in a building instead of on top of it.
結構不安定なんだよね。
No, given that it was reverse engineered.
それで雨が降ったのは何日だった？
That was a few days ago, if memory served. Maybe 2 or 3 days ago or something?
10日の朝、夜明け前には降っていた。
3 days, just before dawn. I was right on the money there. But the time leap machine has a 48-hour limit, so we can't actually go back in time before that. And the time leap machine was completed today at 2 p.m. Speaking of which, we probably have about 5 more hours until Mayuri's impending death. Unfortunately, that means we can't go back further than 2 p.m. on the 11th.
ダメだ。タイムリープマシンじゃ届かない。
I thought we had a glimmer of hope, but apparently we've been denied.
直す努力はしてみるべきだと思うわけだが。
Well, since our time leap ability has been stymied, whatever, I believe the only way is to actually repair it ourselves.
タイムマシンならね、時間はあんまり関係ないもん。
We only have 5 hours though. 5 hours before you die, murdered, whatever happens to Mayuri. We don't have a large window of opportunity here. If it takes 5 hours to repair the machine, we're basically stuck. Kurisu, Suzuha, and I say nothing. We know, indeed, we know all too well. In less than 2 hours, Mayuri will die. Oh, that's even worse. Oh, I thought it was 2 now, and I thought we had 5 hours left, but we've been talking for so long, it's already 5:30. Oh. Well, isn't this just fantastic? We have less than 2 hours to repair the machine. Oh, unless we leap back, and that's the only way it's going to work. We have to leap back in time, do all of this again, and then try and repair her. At least we can go back a couple of days. If we go back a couple of days, we'll still have enough time before Mayuri's D-Day, basically. But as it stands, there's barely enough time to sneak into the radio building, let alone fix the time machine, so we are going to have to use the time leap machine after all. maybe I should leave now till the 11th. Then we'll have 2 full days to fix the
みん
machine.
な、小腹が空いただろう。空いたはずだ。
And yeah, we're probably hungry. We've been talking for ages. But apropos of nothing, we need to distract.
しは腹ペコです。
We need to distract Mayuri and Daru, and Mayuri, as always, is very easily distracted by food. As expected from a glutton. I take a $10,000 yen bill out of my wallet. That's
Mayuri,
probably all of our savings right
買い
there.
出しに行ってきたんだ。それを食べながら、改めて対策を練ろうではないか。
Indeed, you go get some grub, some food.
オカリ、こんな大金どうするの？
Splurge on as much food as you can possibly eat, which
これ
is
で買ってこ
probably
い
a lot.
と言っているのだ。釣りはいらん。というより、
And
全部
just
使い
like
切って
that, our distraction
平
is
然
in
と
full effect.
1万円もおごってみせる。さすがオカリン、僕たちにできないことをやってのける。そこにしびれる、憧れる。
And even Daru is impressed why that Rintaro has a 10,000 yen bill, which is a small fortune, I believe. Mayuri and Daru leave in high spirits. I knew that the 10,000 yen bill would work.
クリスティーナ、それにタイタン。
And Rintaro is now referring to Suzuha by her pseudonym of John Taito now, which is just his way of
私
doing
の
it.
こと？
他に誰がいる？
なんでいきなり呼び方変わんの？
Yeah, that's just Haruin Kiyoma's way of talking to
タイ
people.
ターの中の人だからな。
そうだけどさ。
無駄よ。岡部がまともに名前を呼ぶことなんてめったにないから。
That's
諦めて。
just the way he is.
そういえば私もバイト選手とかって妙な呼ばれ方しかされてなかった。
二人とも聞け。俺は11日の14時にタイムリープする。
Well, we don't have any other options at this point. If we're going to repair the time machine as quickly as possible, that's our only option.
タイターから改めて今の説明をしてもらう。その上で今のこの時間、13日17時までにタイムマシンを修理する。
Still going to need probably the full 2 days of repairs, and if we manage to get that, yeah, that's the only drawback. If we fail to complete it by 7:30 on the 13th, there is no hope. This is our only glimmer of hope at this point. It's the only
今
plan
から
at
2
this
時間も
point.
がくよりはマシという程度だ。直せなければ何度でも2日間を繰り返せばいい。
Unfortunately, we don't want to get ourselves into a sort of Groundhog Day mentality there, Rintaro. And as someone once said, repeating the same thing over and over again to expect different results is the very definition of insanity.
ごめん。
So we might end up being an insane mad scientist. For real.
お前には必ず IBN5100 を手に入れてもらわなければならない。
Indeed, we really need Suzuha's time machine to go back to
これはお前のため、
1975.
未来のためでもない。あくまでマユリを助けるためのミッションであることを忘れるな。
Indeed, but that will be for the next episode. So when we return, adventurers, we shall leap back to the 11th and go through this whole entire conversation with Suzuha again. As always, until next we meet.